First at 5, protest happening right now in Austin as people speak out about immigration actions around the country. Rallies going on right now downtown as part of the Day Without Immigrants protest.
It started with a large group rallying outside Austin City Hall this morning as council members met inside. The group grew larger and before noon started to march up Congress Avenue to the Capitol. Many restaurants and other businesses across Central Texas closed their doors.
Advocates say the idea is to show the impact immigrant workers have on local businesses. KXAN's Leslie Rangel is live downtown where some of those workers are still marching after hours of demonstrations. Leslie?
That's right, Robert. I'm actually a little out of breath trying to catch up with these protesters. They have been marching all across the streets here in Austin. And earlier today, we spoke with some business owners who say they understand the economic impact, but they still want to stand behind their employees.
Business after business, from restaurants to construction sites, closed for a day without immigrants.
If I'm able to shut down tomorrow and any other day, I will do it without hesitation to join my people.
Trinidad Macias is the owner at Taqueria Los Jalicenses. She'll lose about $8,000 today, but says she's not worried. Instead, she supports her employees.
To me, this cause is very important. This is part of my livelihood. We have to stick together and make a living.
From the north side of town to the south side, east and west.
My supervisor called me the night before and he said 90% of my crew wanted to take the day off. And I just told him, he was worried about their jobs.
Amy Takel is a business owner in the construction industry. She says her typical crew is around 25 people. Only 5 came to work today.
Everyone still has their jobs. I'm going to probably, pay them a portion for that day just because I'm behind them 100%.
We also spoke with some people off camera who saw things differently. One woman says because her business chose to close, she's not going to get her normal pay.
¿Pueden comer su merienda ya?
Even small children were impacted. A local Spanish immersion daycare where we've done stories before had difficulties with staffing because many of their Spanish-speaking teachers did not show up to class. But those who support the cause say the impact the movement is causing is why they decided to stand behind it.
They really, truly are the backbone of my business. I would be nothing without them.
Cities around the country saw the impact of a day without immigrants. In Chicago, several restaurants closed their doors as workers rallied. Hundreds of marchers rallied in the streets of Detroit, Michigan. Many businesses there also closed for today. Thousands marched in Charlotte, North Carolina. The peaceful protest led to a rally at the city's government center.
We're getting some perspective on how the Day Without Immigrants affected school attendance in Central Texas. The Hayes School District tells us 82% of their students were in class today. That is down significantly from Wednesday when they had 95% attendance. And on the same day a year ago, Hayes CISD also had 95% attendance. Today, the Hayes CISD teachers were put on alert when they were notified students at Chapa Middle School had plans to walk out around lunchtime. However, when it came time, no student left the building. District officials say they will not stop students of any age from protesting, but they add skipping class will count as an unexcused absence.
So there are consequences, and that's part of the learning how to decide, am I passionate enough about an issue to risk the consequences? And so really you can almost turn a situation like this into a learning exercise for students.
If a protest is planned, the district says they will contact law enforcement to make sure students remain safe.